Again, we're going to go back to topic. Esther, I thought you said my testing the data. We need to go into the call. If we need to, we have to do that in the election. Is Esther here?
Yes, sorry, I was tabs deep. Yes, we are supposed to do that on this call, but a couple of people have reached out to me. They sent their monies to Viban, but they are yet to get it. So if you probably have people who have their funds on Viban, they can help initiate. But I don't think a lot of people have their funds in their Viban USD account.
Okay.
Yeah, to just see how many people have funds to test right now. Yes, yes, we can do that.
Alright, so we can move on to the next one then.
Yes, because I know USD usually drop as fast as doing NGN. So
Okay, if you just say you want to move on after we raise our hand.
Sorry, okay, Baron, go ahead.
I have two questions. One is for Emmanuel. You still want to raise the max to 80%. That telling us how many percent of people are getting 70%. So we know should be concerned or not. Okay, this is what I raise out.
Okay, so for the test we've done, I think we've done like the auditor assessed like I think 3 or 4, and all staff scored at
Okay.
70% are unavailable.
Oh, okay.
Why is it unavailable?
Have I answered?
Alright, can you hear me? So
I don't think that can answer. My second question is going to be to the HR.
can you hear me?
See, in the
Sorry.
why did you show?
You can hear me?
So in the because I noticed that today when you're looking at that one, look at my guy, like they was on the camera previously, CIS at one point, Treasury team have reduced the size of their BS. And maybe it's an economic threat, I don't know. But my point is, would there be like
if you can hear me, please put it in the chat box.
I know you have like 15 or 15.
If you can hear me, put it in the chat box. So I'll be sure you guys are hearing me and we're together.
Coming up, you get.
Yeah, actually, that's part of
If there's points for you, trust me, people put in more effort.
But for people that already got their own scores, sorry, but you too. So going forward.
Okay.
Going
So-
forward, we'll add that. But yeah, so that's really nice. Everyone is looking good to business.
Okay.
Continue to make nice.
I don't know. So
Whatever we're going to do.
alright.
The nice
If you're doing anything.
What's up guys? Akun here once again. So today we'll be having a weekly forecast on this. We'll be having our weekly forecast on, and on today's session we'll be having gold, USDJPY, and maybe any other pair you guys want us to actually. Let me just go live on TikTok so I'll be sure that I'm doing multiple things. If you want me to, any pair you want me to analyze for you, help me put it in the chat box also.
Please, before the knowledge sharing,
So-
somebody set up the poll to indicate if you have funds in the USD account already. Please confirm you can see the poll
let
and
me
also
see.
make a vote. I can't see it for some reasons on my end. I'm not sure why. Yeah. But I saw it.
So I need to go live with this.
if something, yeah, you can just if you are looking at my screen,
Yes.
just click here, check those, and you'll be able to.
Oh, okay. Great. Only the organizer will be able to see the results of this poll, right?
I don't have the answers to that question.
It's not anonymous, right?
All right. Temi, please, you created the poll, yeah?
Yeah,
They don't. Okay.
there's one thing I said they don't have phones.
All right.
Me here, I like if people said you have.
All right, so let me just move on quickly. So good afternoon, everyone. I'll just be talking about the new.
Alright, so
So I'll talk
I need
about
to.
the idea and the
We need
impact
to go
on
live
how
on
it
this
affects
other
us.
pair.
What are the possible issues, in my own opinion, I think can arise? And then for people asking that, what do you want me to do? I'll try to answer the question. So to just to give a brief summary,
Okay, so
the tax reform is the chairman of the committee is Usdjpy Taiwo, and it was signed into law by our dear
okay,
president,
am I
President
correct?
Bola Ahmed Tinubu,
Okay,
some
let's
days back.
see.
And then it just basically contains some four bills I listed here. And then we now have a unified tax code. So usually for good people, they will have an idea what this means.
Hello.
Interesting, I used to watch that
Sorry. Yeah, Amari, can I connect with you later?
So
Can you hear
there
me?
were a lot of laws
Can you hear
distributed
me?
to different places. And then if you don't know about them,
Oh, all right. Can I just give you a follow? Can we?
Yes, I can hear you.
So
All right. Can I give you a follow so we'll connect later, please? I'm a little bit busy right now.
And the
Is
goal
that
of
fine?
this tax reform
Alright.
I just gave you a follow. So
is to simplify
I
taxes,
followed
boost
you.
all right.
revenue,
I'll connect with you later, please.
and to reduce burden on low income
All right. Take care.
small
Yeah. Thank
businesses.
you.
Basically to promote economic fairness. So overall impact of the tax reform.
All right. So
Personal income
all right, guys. Sorry about that. So I had
tax
to.
like
I'm going live on.
VAT is called that.
Uh,
Okay, VAT, thanks.
I'll be going live
So
on
VAT,
both
for
here on YouTube and on
low-income
TikTok. So I just want to share the link to
1 million naira
the
a year
community.
now, they are exempted totally from it. Then there are lower rates for middle and low income, just middle low income range. I'll still do some more details there. Then for people that are earning 15, the rate just increases. Basically, the more you earn, the more money you pay. Then VAT or VAT is what's it called? It's still at 7.5. And the speculation was going to be increased.
All right,
Reform is now that
let's just see how many people can join. And I guess you guys? I'm very sure you guys can hear me.
Again, this is just for fluent because this is what most people spend on.
I hope you guys can hear me.
So also corporate income tax still maintained like that, but there's a proposed reduction. Um, to the state, it will be 30% based on
I'll probably
consumption,
just still wait a little bit.
60% equally among states, 20% by population. For example, what this means is that if maybe
So
a state like Lagos State, right, where there's a lot of population favors them, then this consumption favors them because of the economy, right? So you will be getting more money, and it makes sense because they are emitting more. So among the other states, we have this majority of 50%. again to promote fairness, right? In that sense, what this will also mean is that Lagos State will be might be big on wanting to implement this what's it called tax reform because they will be benefiting more. So question is
I guess
that
we just have to start.
all these
All
things
right.
can seriously
So we've wasted
how does
like
it
10 minutes of our
so
time
let's
waiting for
just
more
do
people
a
to
quick
join. So
what's it called
welcome everybody. Welcome to
look
this
at
week's live
what's
session.
the
And today we'll be talking
GIT
about
like
we'll be
for
actually
some
looking
marketing
into
need to remove
gold,
not really just
uh,
just people generally.
and maybe USDJPY because those are the major pairs I'm
Firstly,
actually looking out
if you
for,
are any
and
money
I'm actually
nobody like
try paying attention
so
to.
moving on.
So actually,
This
we'll start
pandemic,
with gold first of all.
what's it called? So
So what am I
for
expecting?
November
Actually,
11,
I
right?
sent out this analysis
There's 200k
to the Telegram channel,
I think
my VIP Telegram channel, and I said I was expecting to see this guy sell off a little bit. I was expecting this guy to sell off into this area, then we actually buy. We buy from this point and start selling from here. Overall, on gold, we are bearish. Gold, we are bearish. I hope you guys can hear me clearly, please. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, so okay, I get that. I mean, that's the idea here because for here's the
Okay,
thing, right? Meaning
so
for those that earn less, they're paying less. For those that earn more, they're
so
paying
I'm
more.
actually expecting to see gold
Okay,
at this point.
that's where I'm getting to.
I was expecting to see gold sell off to this point, then
So for
start buying. But
what's
then
it called?
sadly, we
From
only
that
sold
one
to
to
this point.
2.5,
We swapped our
we
liquidity
just
around here.
invest
This
in
is a
here
liquidity
around 7%.
zone,
Right.
which price actually took out
I mean, the calculation is a bit
what's the name?
I mean,
Took out liquidity around this
for
point.
6M.
So now we
right?
took out liquidity at this point. We sold for a bit. Price stalled a little bit and started buying. I was about to take this trade, but I said it wasn't an A plus setup, so there was no point taking this trade since it didn't meet our confluence. Since it didn't meet, we didn't.
For 75, I think I'm not sure if it's
Since we didn't meet, what's the name? Since we didn't meet the criteria and the on the what am I still expecting? We are still bullish short term. We're bullish short term on this guy. We are bullish short term on gold, right? Then we get into this point. I want to see us sell. Let's look at it from the higher time frame also.
Yeah, so
So on the higher time frame, you guys can actually see how we've been catching all these trades. I had to leave the other chart, so we'll use this one because it's more clear. We saw how price took out liquidity around here with an inducement. A lot of people, I know there will be a lot of people will be waiting for a pullback to continue selling. Most people might call this a break of structure actually, but then this just happened to be an inducement. Price started selling off gradually, got to this point.
So I did what's it called?
When we got to this point, I already knew we actually changed character because we had an inducement, low, high, equal high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So right now we're looking for a lower high, then we sweep out liquidity and sell off all the liquidity, taking out this previous daily high and daily low rather. This previous daily low around this area, we'll take it out.
There are some other taxes
That is why, that's what I'm expecting to see gold do. So how do we tackle this? How do we actually trade this particular pair, and how do we work our way around it? So let's go down to the 30 minutes. So now, since we've been stalling around this area right now, I want to just see if we can use a very simple strategy, right, to take this trade. So now that price has actually been
taxes to look at.
Now that price actually been
In summary, right?
been stalling around this place and has not given us any sign that it wants to continue selling. Currently, for those people that trade support and resistance, we have a support around here that price is trading around, and still around this area. We have around this area we have both a fair value gap and an order block.
compared to where we are coming from.
So now having it been that we have an order block
I mean,
and
a
the
lot
fair
of people
value
will
gap,
be for doing
because
things
price already broke this point. Now, if we do it
So,
like
I
this,
think that's
for those that
something
trade
we
support and
should
resistance.
look at.
Now, mind you,
All the
strategy
things
works.
you do
Every
like that.
strategy works.
I know,
You
for
just need
example,
to
um,
pick the one that
recent
suits
years now,
that or that fits your
government have been
personality.
trying to
So price actually
accommodate
went
or
like this.
to look at
So came into this area to sweep out liquidity
for example, I think in that
resistance
first
here,
one,
broke it a little bit, just tap, and now it broke it.
the
So we have a case of this.
period,
Price
I
just
think
did
they are
this.
making it, right? And then we have the
Price
also,
did
we
this,
also have
sold,
these Nigerians
came into
starting
this
we
area
have the plans in
to
place for
sweep
about
out liquidity,
70%,
came back down here,
very soon, and all those
broke,
things. So
more like break and
I
retest.
think
Now
maybe
it has
the
retested this area and we're
Ghanaians,
going,
whatever,
right?
and there's a
So
case level coordination.
that's for that.
Because
Now let me take
we need
this.
to
So
harmonize
for those that
the
trade
data
support and
and
resistance,
the
would see
data
that price
set
actually
together.
tapped into this
And then
resistance that
things
has
like
turned to
this usually
support,
just take a while,
and we are
depending
stalling
on
around
the
here
state.
right now.
And then
So
there are public sentiment
for me,
right, around it. And I know a lot of people just don't care about it also.
I'll have to
I
take
think
out this because
depending on how
price
the
refused
implementation
to
is, we now see how effective this all these
to
things
take
will
out
be.
this.
Then
So
there's this
let me change this
skepticism, like I
into
said,
support,
some people just is fine in English or
right?
just
It's
whatever.
support. I mean,
Then there's low awareness also. A lot of people don't know about it, they don't care. Okay, there's something I think as also there's I think the best 50 million pension funds that you earn as a
so okay.
pensioner is also
Now, how do we tackle this?
so
Now, currently,
because
if you look very well, would
then
actually
people's
that
comfort.
we have.
So that's my own
Okay.
opinion, like I said. I know we still have maybe some more conversations about it. So having heard all this, so what would you I mean what do I do or what do I do?
Okay,
And
we
this is
have
my own opinion. I know there are more what's it called out.
we currently
Maybe
have
they can provide
liquidity
some
resting
better
around this
insights.
area.
But I think first is to get it in, right? And
We have
okay, one
we
other
have
thing I
liquidity
mentioned
around
that
this
I
area that
usually
I want to
think
see
about
us take
was
out. Now, I'm
there
interested
are
in
friends
taking
that
a
they
buy
don't
from
practice
here.
they
Now,
collect
price
tax
from what
from
I'm seeing, price is
what's it
low
called?
key,
I mean
trying to
they
create
are
an
they are
inverse
not
head
as
and shoulder.
having tax in that sense, but they don't resist
So an inverse head and
them.
shoulder.
And
Let me
I
see.
think there was one that
I'll
really
explain.
ended recently. So there's that tax evasion here, the
Okay,
rental
we have an
debt.
inverse head and shoulder.
I remember
Although this is not the
questioning
kind of head
this
and shoulder I
in the
like to
last
trade.
two
So we have
four,
the left shoulder
but
head
I mean all along they never
neckline,
paid their end. So
and we
most
have
likely
this.
they didn't pay those things.
And currently
So
we are currently at this
that's
point. So
one.
most
And
likely we might
I
continue
also think you should get some
buying
tax
from this
clearance,
point.
right?
Also,
I don't know
this
how
is
it
like
will now look like starting
a
from
triple
next year. By
bottom.
the way, this will, the
One,
implementation
two,
here will
three.
start
Let
from
me
next year.
highlight it also.
But they are that is
We have like a triple bottom
okay.
around
Since
here.
we just wait a minute, let me about to finish. Again, in my own opinion, I think if we vote again and let's have enough time to make this thing work in that
So we
sense.
have
Now I
we
have my own
have
bias or sentiment as regards all this. For example, I think there is a bit,
we have
in my
this.
opinion. I think they are way like they are
We
really
have
high.
this.
But again,
So now we have these particular guys like this.
what's it called?
How do we
We'll see
tackle
how it
this?
goes.
Obviously, we now know that okay,
So that's more or
this
less
price
what I think
from the
one key
first
breakthrough of
analysis, we've been
the
bullish
reform
short
that
term,
was signed
right? We've
recently.
been bullish short term on this guy.
Thank you.
We've been very
So
bullish
it's a
on this
bit of
guy.
a
We've been
compromise.
bullish. So
And
now we've seen that price refused
other
to tap
people
into
can
this
just
guy. So we need to just continue buying.
uh,
Now we've had this triple bottom around here. We have this triple bottom around here, and now how do we still tackle it, or how do we take a trade on this? So now we've seen that okay, we'll have a low, high, low. We currently have equals around here, which I obviously know that price will take out. So now before you know a valid trend, we need to see two highs and two lows. A valid trend, whether it's bullish or bearish or whatever. Freshman, thanks for joining, man. Thanks for joining and thanks for tapping on your screen. So we have we have for instance, I'll give you an example of two highs and two lows. Now this is high, low, high, equal, right? Although this is not a proper example, but we can use this. This can serve. So now, how do we tackle this guy? We've seen that okay, since we're around this point, I feel like price we have to take out liquidity here first. I feel like price is gonna take price is gonna take out liquidity here first, around here, then sell down a little bit. So we have a case like we're going to have something like this. We'll have price actually do this for us, sweep out liquidity, come back down, right? So which is going to give us a high, like a low, a low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So we'll have low number one, high number one, low number two, high number two. So for gold, I'm going to be expecting us to still fine. We might take this trade when it comes down, right? We might actually take this trade when it comes down. Let's see. We might actually take this trade. Let's see. Because I want to take this trade. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss this trade. Depends on the amount you earn. Maybe it's going to adapt to it. So on this new reform, it starts from 1.7 and below and above. So if you're earning below 1.7, you'll be paying taxes. That's what this new reform is coming up about. So on this 50 million you mentioned, 50 million is pegged for CIT. CIT is called company income tax. So if your turnover on a yearly basis is below 25 million, you're not meant to pay CIT. This was on the previous law. But this new bill increases to 50 million per threshold. So if you're not making 50 million turnover yearly, you're not meant to pay CIT. That's where the 50 million, 25 million increase comes on for the CIT. Then, so I don't know, do you want to take Sophia's question, or should I take it?
Please.
Okay, so Theophilus, for the taxes you paid in all right, so it depends solely on the company you work for, the head office is. So if your company's head office is in Lagos, you're meant to remit to Lagos, what's it called? Lagos LIRS. Sorry about that. So back to what I was saying. So I'm actually expecting to see this guy to either come, let's say, come back down here. Where am I? Automatically on your PID on those things. Okay. Captures are being paid or being paid in Lagos in this time now. Okay, you guys can still see my screen. All right, fine. Thank you. Freshman, thank you so much for supporting the live. Thank you. So okay. Sell off into this area or sell off into this area. Then so we're gonna use this point here as our POI. We're going to use this area as our POI. So most likely we'll have to place a pending order to risk about, this is kind of too big because we're risking about 60 pips. It's kind of too big, but we can risk it since our risk to reward is going to be higher. So we can just do this to target the next high. So next on our list is going to be USDJPY. So USDJPY is supposed to actually USDJPY. I actually had two pending orders. So okay. All right. The second question is, should you pay? I just saw your message. POI just simply means point of interest. Point of interest. That's what POI actually is. Point of interest. That's what it means. So point of interest basically is where at what point. I'm going to give you an example. We have what we call the AOI, that's the area of interest, and we have what we call the POI, which is the point of interest. The area of interest is not precise. The point of interest is precise. I'll give an example. We want to go to Canada, AOI, that's the area. Sorry.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys can hear me. So the AOI is actually, let's say, Canada, right? I'm coming. Hold on, please.
That's one. That's what I want to share. When I send money to Taiwo, for example, maybe party money, is that income? But I will pay tax on that money. You get?
Okay. So for your first question, this head of fiscal committee was strategically picked. Then what we did,
All right. So okay, as I was saying, the AOI, let's Canada is the area.
to know how much you earn,
Now, where in Canada is what we don't know. So the POI now would be, we would say, I'm coming to Canada and I'm coming to Canada airport. There's a precision there, airport. So meaning if you come to Canada airport, you're gonna see me. But if I tell you I'm coming to Canada, there's no precise place. But if I tell you I'm coming to Canada airport, you know you're gonna see me. Now, Canada is the area of interest. Now, let me know if you understand. You need more light on this. Then Canada airport is the precise place you would see me. That's what I mean by POI. So POI means point of interest. AOI means you might hear this often, like very well. When you might hear me say it often. All right, amazing. So back to what I was saying.
How do we know the difference between money that you begged and money that you made?
Money for parfait is already being charged VAT.
Yes.
Alright.
Say I sent the money to somebody. You get the person will not receive the money like okay, income. Okay, so they do with the company, it's not like bank statement. I mean.
No, even on the bank, so banks do VAT and another commission on that transfer of money. That's already indirect tax.
Now I'm
That's on one.
confused.
That's on one arm.
So somebody that's self-employed.
That was the parfait. Is also paying VAT or paying taxes on that already. So you might be your own indirect tax in this case now is transfer you made and commission and VAT attached to it.
No, I didn't send the money to the company. Okay, let me put it this way.
Send it to Taiwan.
Yeah, since it's that. So now yeah, you just received a new money.
That will from someone. That will buy the from someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, these are two indirect taxes. You've paid VAT, Taiwan has paid VAT, and the company will be the one remitting VAT in actual to the service now.
Okay, so what about those
You
that
guys should
work
give me a
in
few minutes,
registered
please.
companies? For
I'm
example,
I'm coming. Just hold on, please.
Call a registered electrician that works for one big company. You call the Mbappe across the street. Where people connect the wire.
That's called them, that's what they call the informal sector. So the informal sector, all that associations, Royal Data Association, Teachers Association, Big Data Association. So what states have been in the past, or most in the past, they asked the local government head to bring out the chairman of each of the associations. You give them a full list of members you have. That is why I mentioned 1,000 earlier.
Okay. I'm coming.
I had made a list of bus drivers, Okada riders, over 1,000 list members from different
Alright, so-
institutions. And we're paying 1,500.
So okay, for USDJPY, I'm expecting to see your sell.
You can pay the 1,500 at once.
I'm expecting to see
200, 500.
I'm expecting to see USDJPY sell, and that's because one, gold is buying. We have a lot of fundamental news this week, which would actually have a tone on the market.
Well, hopefully,
The market might move too fast, or
I mean, for example, now
at some point it
there-
might
there's
move
some money that will
a little
go
bit
out
slow.
if you may-
So I want to see the USDJPY. Okay, let me move this thing. You guys are not seeing my screen clearly. I guess you can see the screen right now.
That's a good number. Because tax is really about emerging the tax base, the tax net. The more you can capture it in the net, the better it is for you.
So, are you saying that my bank statement not be an evidence of tax? Like, they're not come and tell me, oh, but on last year you had an income that will send you like 300K, so you pay tax on that.
Oh, of course, you'll be asked to fill it for me. And in the for me, your payroll will be attached to it. Okay, so is that where,
Okay,
is that where,
so
for example,
I guess you guys can see my screen now.
and I'm working with
All right, so
is that where they can like
I want to see price coming to this. I was actually selling this guy on my other account, or I'm just using this as an example. This was what I used as an example because I had to analyze the market on my phone since I was not close to my system, my laptop, right? So simple thing. I was okay. Let me show you
This
guys.
is the one at the beginning. Now, when the happens, it be the first. It be the first.
So let's say
foreign currency.
this is
Based on calculating the practice, will it be against the exchange rate?
Conversion rate.
It can not be CBN rate.
Yes, that will be CBN rate.
on comments. So
Emmanuel, a question.
So it's not a question per se. It's I don't know.
so this was the analysis I sent
I
out.
hear you guys say
I sent this out to why is it not showing on my screen?
the truth is that
I'm
every
coming.
bank in Nigeria is licensed.
Why isn't it showing on my screen?
So then with the turnover and value account, automatically they do.
So let me see. Let me share my entire screen.
Maybe if they have not reached out to me yet, maybe they're just chilling. You understand? Because
How do I share my?
normally I pay my tax. Okay, I mean I work in banking for some years, so my tax was always paid from source. I mean myself and family I tried to get my TCC some years ago or some months ago, and I found out that I mean most of the banks I worked for were remitting our tax fees like a lump sum. So it was never calculated for one of their tax rates. It's until I asked for my tax, they now calculated all the salary I spent in my account and stuff like that, right? So now that they now found out that I don't work in the bank and I'm not deducted from source anymore. So they have to run my account to calculate.
So I don't even know if you guys can still see my screen.
In my what do you call it, in my account to what they used.
So
Also, when we were in Quidance, everybody that works in Quidance, so when we were in Quidance, we were also as staff of Quidance, we were not a senior people.
I don't know why it's refusing to share, but I actually have.
Right. So a few months ago, I don't know if I think I shared it with
What am I sharing?
the company that Quidance put me as director, but they are not taking me as even though I've left them. So I think FRS did a calculation on that company. Said we were going like almost 11 billion naira in tax, and they wrote me because I was a director on the account. So
let's go on what we're doing. Sorry.
Is that this was 2 months ago? There about yeah, I think I said it with you. You send me a letter.
Let's go on what we're doing. So like I was saying, I actually sent out an analysis which I expect price to actually go into this guy. So long story cut short, on USDJPY, I am bearish because price already got into this point and status is currently selling. So GBP gold, we are bullish short term on gold, bearish on USDJPY. So before we end the live session, please, if you have any analysis,
If you say it is all that came in, that means that will pay tax and pay money I sent to him.
you have any pair you want me to analyze for you, just help me indicate it on the chat box. Can you see my screen now?
You don't want to prove that it's not revenue.
Oh, that's the thing. So
If you have any analysis or any pair you want me to analyze, just help me put it in the chat box. So I'll get right into it.
If you receive money within like some minutes, maybe the first 10 minutes of you receiving the money, there's a way you can categorize the money you receive.
Same way in the comment section, please. If you have any on YouTube, please, if you guys have any pair you want me to analyze for you, you guys should help me indicate it in the chat box. If you guys have any on YouTube, if you have any pair you want me to analyze, put it in the chat box, please.
Something like that. You know that at the other end, the tax applied to it. But in Nigeria, we don't have that. So everything is categorized in tax.
For those of you watching from YouTube, please do well to also like this video and like this live. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, please do well to subscribe to the YouTube channel also.
They act like police. So by the time you sit down with them, you will be saying, this guy that sent me this money, you will say it's a lie, it's income, you dash the money, you pay back on it. So that's what it goes.
So
arrest all of us last because
It's like this to pay taxes.
So I have a question. So does this
all
mean
right,
we're
so
going to be in arrears?
since far from you guys having questions, since there are no more questions, I want to start by saying thank you to you guys that joined and stayed till this moment. This actually means a lot to me, and I'm really grateful for actually taking out your time to join this live session. You guys should not worry. I would actually try to be consistent with coming live, so we'll get to analyze a few times together. You send in the pair you want me to analyze for you, and we'll have to call this a day. Thank you guys for joining. As you guys already know, Echo is active. All right, guys, take care.
You run 10 bank, you run everything, you see all over the